day, and both of them involve yanking a chain. Has anybody seen Blanche? She had a date last night, and this morning her bed's all made, and she's not even there. Wait a minute, here's our walking playground now. Boy, it must be true love. This guy is slowing down to 5 miles.
And a hint of turbulence.
This is Captain Lloyd again. Looks like we're running right into the eye teeth of a big tropical storm.
I'm a dead woman.
Fortunately, that means we're going to have to turn around and return to Miami. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Did you hear that, girls? We're saved.
Oh, hi, Blanche.
Blanche, Dorothy and I have decided to enter a songwriting contest together.
Oh, now that sounds like fun. You know, I always wanted to write a song, but it's kind of like writing poetry, which I was never any good at. Only the tall girls who couldn't get dates ever seemed to be good at poetry.
Anyone else?
Honey, you sure you're going to be all right here alone?
She'll be fine. If someone breaks in, she'll just have to sleep with them.
Does not want us to say a word about this to anyone until we hear from him again. Not a word. Is that understood?
Yes.
I thought I heard voices in here. What you girls doing?
Oh, nothing. We're just sitting talking.
Eating her lunch.
I don't get it. All of a sudden, you two are best friends?
Well, maybe I've changed. For once, everything is going well. My sister is in my life. Stan is out of my life. I'm not even going to see him for 2 whole years. Everything is perfect.
Hush, pussycat. Ida's ankles are swelled up like a blowfish. Let's see how the hurricane's going.
He brought shame to the house of Hassenpfeffer Stühledunker. Anyway, you're all wondering where this story is going, so I'll skip the part where he ran up the stairs, and down the stairs, and up the stairs, and down the stairs.
So you see, it's not oh my God, I've just spilled my guts to someone who drinks out of a toilet. Listen, I'm sorry, you are out of here. One Wawa in my life was enough. Look, I have had it with that disgusting dog. I have sick and crazy. And to know what I have and that there are a lot of other people who have the same thing.
I don't like the name. I think it ought to have a better name.
Well, that's what Dr. Chang said. Chronic fatigue syndrome makes it sound like I'm just a tired person when it is so much more than that. I killed her father. Would she then have tried to conceal the weapon in her purse? Ladies and gentlemen, I think not. That gun was obviously planted in her purse to pin the murder on her.
I've got it! A maitre d' is some kind of waiter.
Is anybody eating there?
All right, Stanley. Why do you want to borrow the car?
I am involved in a new business venture. Stan's Pizzas. The gimmick is I can deliver a pizza faster to your house than Domino's. There's only one problem.
What?
It's impossible. I cracked up my car trying.
Mad at me? You said, why, no, darling. This is the best Mother's Day I've ever had. Don't you remember that, Mama? Well, I thought that happened to Virginia. Wasn't Virginia the slut?
Oh, I'm talking about baby. I never should have let that filthy barnyard beast in my house in the first place. He ruins my clothes, smells up the whole house, and he likes to watch me take a shower.
He's a pig. There's no accounting for taste.
I can't remember when I had so much fun. We went dancing at the Beachcomber. We're going to go back again tomorrow night.
Jeffrey doesn't dance. He says it makes his ankles swell.
Honey, I think it's terrific that you had a good time tonight.
I have you two to thank for it. Good night.
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 Oh, yes, she is. I heard her on the phone.
Your mother's right, Dorothy.
You begged me to be your partner, and now you're dumping me?
You and I could never be Blanche and Olga Nielsen. That's why I had to team up with her sister, Sonia.
Stretching this body for years.
Blanche, sticking your feet out of the sunroof of a Chrysler New Yorker doesn't count.
We have a beginner's class starting in 15 minutes. With some hard work, your body can look as good as mine. All right, we've been...
Of a big, strong, strapping man like yourself. Oh, what cute earrings.
Blanche, did you really think that you could get us out of here by flirting with that guard?
Yes, of course, if he'd been a man.
Oh, sure, it's always a man.
Everybody, this is Glenn. Glenn, I'd like you to meet...
No, don't tell me. Rose, Blanche, and Mrs. Petrillo. These are for you.
It's from my ancestors. The Vikings were a seafaring people, you know.
They also wore horns on their head and metal braziers. This is not the same.
So he dumped you, huh?
He did not dump me. Jeffrey is being transferred to the Aleutian Islands. He's going to a top-secret base where he can't have any...
Trip is gone.
We can't, Sophia. Charlie Jr. hasn't called me yet to wish me Happy Mother's Day.
No, and Michael hasn't called me yet.
And Janet hasn't called me yet, although she usually doesn't. All my children called me, except Phil. But I know he's thinking of me. He's just a little short of cash.
That.
Nils Vielander attempted to harass me repeatedly.
What do you mean he attempted to?
He worked at Lars Ericsson's drugstore and tackle shop. He was a soda jerk. Now that I think about it, he was the town jerk. Every Saturday afternoon, I'd go in and have a sundae. Well, Nils would arrange...
How did you know my name?
I know all your names. This house has been under surveillance.
Why are you watching our house?
It's a security measure. The president wants to stop at one house on his way to dedicate the Senior Citizen Center.
Why can't he use the Arco station like everyone else? Are you saying Mr. President George Bush might stop here?
He wants to...
I owe it to her. I'm her friend.
But there's nothing to tell her. This is just some crazy hunch.
My hunches are never wrong. Mrs. Gandhi would be alive today if she had taken my call. I'm going to tell her.
You are not. I will not let you.
Stop crying.
Memories, I'll cherish them always.
Stan. Ciao.
Oh, you're back from your session. To throw in the towel and take an early retirement. I wonder if you can collect Social Security at $49.50.
$49.50. What is that, Blanche? The address of the Social Security building? Come on now. You had a bad day at work. Happens to all of us, but we're not retiring.
Hand and foot. I'll get it. Sit. Oh, my God! Oh, Dorothy, look at this! Oh! What do you want?
Well, we were just in the neighborhood. We thought we'd stop by and see if you need anything.
Not what I said. I said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you. Exactly. There you go, Dorothy. How about a toast? Look, slow down, Stan. There are a couple of things I'd like to say. Okay, but usually the man makes a toast. Stanley, one second.
Together. Maybe with a VA loan, we get a nice little house in the country with a dog, a cat, a station wagon.
Blanche, you're talking like it's 1945. These aren't the best years of your life. These are the last years of your life. Ma, what's the matter?
I can't sleep all night long, tossing and turning. I'd get more rest on Space Mountain.
I'm sorry, Ma, I can't help it.
Hey, I could live with the tossing and turning. Your cold feet are what's driving me crazy. It's like having two size 9 fudgicles pressed up against my butt.
I probably do all sorts of things that annoy you.
Oh, not really.
Go on. It would do us both a world of good to hear the things you change about me.
Ah, but, well, there is one thing, Rose.
Really?
Yeah. You hum, Rose.
I hum.
softly, happily.
Mr. Thurber, I don't believe I quite understand your problem.
Well, then I guess I don't have a problem.
Mr. Thurber, this is a crisis center. I'm a trained counselor.
Tomorrow, we'll handle the situation. Tell Gresham we can get together next week. No, he'll have to come here. I can't go to the coast. No, we're going to have to try to keep that whole week clear for my honeymoon. Sometime around the 17th. Well, if you can close it, all right, do so. Call me. I'm on the plane.
I'm sorry. Look, we have to do something about the roof. It's getting worse.
Forget it. You know how Blanche is. She'll wait for the ceiling to cave in on her before she'll do anything.
Blanche, listen, we really have to talk about the roof.
Dorothy, I already called the repair man. Last night, the damn ceiling caved in on my bedroom.
See? Well, we've been married for 18 years. And up until then, everything had seemed so perfect. And then one night it happened. He came home, had dinner, walked upstairs, and went to sleep. I went into the bathroom and cried my eyes out.
Down here, honey, and tell us all about your trip.
Oh, it was fabulous. The food was delicious, the weather was absolutely gorgeous, and the activities on board ship, well, the list goes on forever. Masquerade balls, hootenannies, tours at the engine room, fashion shows, jazzercise, Las Vegas night, Monte Carlo night, Rio night.
Oh, honey. Now, I know it's a very important vegetable to you, but I'm really stuffed.
And stick your finger in it. Come on, I don't...
Well, we didn't just look in it. Sometimes we'd point, too. Or spit and time it. Then there was always that wise guy who'd have a couple of drinks and unzip himself and...
It's official.
Hawaii for 2 weeks. They're leaving my 14-year-old grandson with me.
Oh, Blanche, that's wonderful news. What, you shouldn't be upset.
No, I should be upset. How am I supposed to study for my French final with a 14-year-old in the house? It's hard enough with an 80-year-old. You how to tie a square knot.
Well, I am glad somebody taught you how to do this.
I just love to watch you two kiss. The last picture was a little blurry. It was hard to tell who was who. No offense, Pussycat.
Pussycat, huh? Nobody's called me that since the...
Once upon a time, I had a butt you could bounce a quarter on. Now you could lose a Krugerrand in the creases.
I wonder who that could be.
Probably my date. Now, don't make a fuss over him. Your fiery Latin entertainers have a very short fuse.
Happy Valentine's Day!
I thought you were sick. I know. And when the applause started, his clapper went crazy. The lights went on, off, on, off, on, off. And Miles did his impression of the old King Kong. We laughed and laughed. So I pretended I was trip to Florida. He went there every spring to discuss sales. Oh, look, here he is at Gator World. And here he is touring the Miami suburbs. And here he is in Blanche's bed. And here he is...
Wait, Blanche? Blanche Devereaux?
Yeah, right here in her bed.
You just made a bid.
Oh.
You did this.
I have 35, thank you. Who will give me
Wait, Dorothy. Relax, Blanche. It's only $30. Oh, it's $30,000. $30,000 just for doing that?
I have 35. Who will give me 40?
What did you do?
Here, take him. He's wet.
Well, somebody better change him or he'll get a rash on his winky.
We're sorry we had to disturb you, Harry, but he's running a fever of 103.
What do you think it is?
Well, he could be teething, it could be the flu, and... Don't worry about it. You won't be needing it. Dorothy, get dressed. You're fine.
I beg your pardon?
We've run every test known to man. They're all normal. You can get dressed, go home, enjoy your life.
But Dr. Stevens, I was always healthy, and then I came down with this flu. I can't get rid of it. I've been sick for 5 months now.
Proud to win this award. Who would have guessed an old lady with a tin can could raise so much dough?
First-class woman. You deserve to be treated in a first-class manner. Miles Weber.
Oh, Mr. Weber, of course. Listen, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the restaurant's begun a new policy. We're now donating all our day-old pastries to the mission.
I'm not here for pastries.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
I'm married.
What?
It's not a good marriage, Dorothy. It was over years ago.
I can't believe it.
Anyway, Ben got older and I guess a little bit frail, and this is the hard part of my story. One autumn day, I walked by that porch, and old Ben was gone.
I bet he died in the bed he was born in. I am so fed up with all of these people, I'm just ready to give up.
Dorothy, you can't give up. You're no quitter. Why, just think of the many times you have been dumped by a man. Did you quit dating? No, ma'am. You sank even lower, scraping the bottom of the barrel, facing sin could spend all his days happy, whittling away because his family was there for him. I will never forget that look on his face. He was happier than a Kentucky yearling, a frolicking in bluegrass as high as a hoot owl's perch on the top of a spring
In English, Jethro, in English.
He was happy.
Strong and handsome and wise.
When I think of my father, I always picture him pulling a giant tuna up Main Street.
But who doesn't, Rose?
It wasn't a real tuna. It was made of chrysanthemums. It was the float in the Founder's Della's.
When I went to trade it in, they only offered me half the Blue Book price. I need the whole amount to put down on my new car, so that's why I tried to sell it to you. But I can't go through with it. I cannot sell you that car.
You can't sell it to anyone. Somebody stole it.
What? Somebody stole it? Very nice, Rose.
This stuff sounds a little better when you've got lapels and a vest. Anyway, my clients are charged with trespass. But the only real crime they committed was their overzealous championing of the defenseless dolphin.
Have problems. Marital problems.
Excuse me, honey. Yellow.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Schechter. Oh, that is good news. Great news. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Goodbye, Mr. Schechter. Mr. Schechter peed.
Why does she keep crying like that? Oh, she probably just misses her mother. Needs to hear a feminine voice.
And what was I doing? My Ben Gazzara impersonation?
Why don't you let Blanche try it? You and I aren't having any luck. Me? Oh, heavens, no. I don't know anything about that. No, I can't.
Out your car. I went to the bank to get the money.
Honey, I can't sell you that car. Blanche, honey, I can't sleep from all the worry and guilt I have been suffering. I wasn't totally honest with you, Rose. I told you that car was in perfect condition. Well, it's not. It's a piece of junk. It's the noisiest thing to come out of Detroit since Martha and the band.
Very distressing news. Sophia's been pilfering cheese balls. What? This morning I made 48 cheese balls. There are now 26. 24.
Listen, I want you to think now very carefully. When you sent out those invitations, you did remember to tell everyone Sophia's really alive, didn't you?
Blanche! I'm offended. I mean, how dumb do you think I am? I made the freaking...
You are amazing. You are warm and loving and caring and smart and funny, and I don't have to wear flats when I go out with you. I have an idea. Let's cut school tomorrow and go to the Bahamas and not leave our hotel room until...
So sorry, let's talk about me then.
Blanche, Rose did something absolutely incredible tonight. There was a robbery at the dog show. Ma and I were held hostage. Rose was the only reporter there.
Well, shoot. I missed everything. Let's see the tape.
Okay.
Sleep with me.
Oh, you wouldn't mind, Sophia? No problem. I just have to remember when I get up at night, the bathroom is down the hall to my left, not my right. The last time we had a guest, I killed 2 potted palms.
You spend that much time with people who are old and sick and frail.
Oh, that reminds me, I got mahjong tomorrow.
Well, anyway, we wanted to pick up your spirits, Rose, so close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Oh, very funny, Blanche.
100%?
100%.
Tip-top?
Tip-top.
Then, Mr. 100% tip-top, why the hell does she feel like hell?
Look, Ma...
Wait, I gotta hear this.
It could be functional.
Functional?
Mental.
Mental? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. 100% tip.
No one's leaving this kitchen until someone tells the truth.
I'll tell
Miles.
Dorothy stole $500 from me.
You liar! Just stop it, both of you. We're all friends here. And there are going to be times when we...
You always find something wrong with mine, so yours looks better.
I didn't say anything. But let's face it, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Look at the ducky wrapping paper. And the little stick-on bow. Did you give me some advice? Just tell me what to do.
Well, it's your house, Blanche. You have to make your own decision.
Since when have you all been so shy? We always tell each other what to do.
Honey, you all right?
I'll be fine. Is this about Arnie?
No, Blanche. She's upset because they keep changing the taste of...
Rose is not here. Do you have any idea what time it is? No, it is not party time. It is sleepy time. No, that is not an invitation. Sir, you cannot die from that. No, it's just uncomfortable. Take a cold shower and the normal...
Come see you. Middle of next week, maybe. Oh. No, I understand. How about the next week? Oh. Uh-huh.
Each other.
Rose, we both answered an ad to share Blanche's house that we found in the supermarket. It was not the resurrection. It is hardly a miracle.
To me, it was a miracle because we're happy. It's not fair, you know. I mean, we get married, we have kids.
Birthday. She can't even pick out a sweater for me, much less a whole person.
Oh, I wish she felt better about us.
Well, she's just going to have to get used to us. I'm staying around. If you let me.
Oh, I'll let you.
Rose.
Not in the kitchen, you'll dry out.
I could have lost my balance and chipped a tooth.
You think that's annoying? She came into my room last night when I was reenacting the gangplank scene from Peter Pan.
What the? Nobody reported any lost glasses. Not lost, stolen. I want cops on this. Big, burly, steroid-crazed cops.
Sophia!
Oh, fine. Get one for Blanche, too. Throw it on my tab.
One day soon, Mrs. Blanche Devereaux were to become Mrs. Blanche Devereaux. I'll alert the mail real man.
Results of the blood test. I'm a nervous wreck.
Only take a few minutes. Relax, would you?
Oh, Ma, how can I relax? Any minute now, somebody can walk in here and tell me you're not really my mother.
Let me remind you of something that may set your mind at ease.
Are you going to tell a story?
No, I'm going to sing a Negro spiritual.
Stop the camera. Cut.
Dorothy, the director's the only one who can say when to cut. Unless the actor is big and mad.
Ma, what is going on?
Dorothy, this could be my big chance. With the exposure I get from Rose's movie, I could hawk my recipes all over the country.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Holy night.
Wow, what an honor. I want to shake your hand. Move it.
We're going to miss our plane. What are we going to do?
Listen, Gus, I have an idea. Now, I'm going to create a diversion by bending over and picking up something seductively. Then the two of you sneak up behind him and give him a karate chop.
Blanche, what are we looking at?
What are you doing, Dorothy?
Oh, looking at the stars, pondering the universe.
I've been doing the same thing. Thinking how wonderful it would be if there really were aliens.
It's so good to finally meet you, Blanche. Your father's told me so much about you.
Oh, I wish I could say the same.
Margaret, please, sit down.
Maybe we ought to go to a booster seat.
Can I get you a drink?
How about chocolate milk?
Have you found her?
Oh, yes, Blanche, about a half hour ago. But now I've hidden her again, so you can find her.
The Dow was down again today.
I told my broker to short all my high-tech holdings and put it all into AAA bonds and precious metals.
Hey, you sound like doctors.
Jeremy. Well, nice to meet you, Jeremy.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Let's
too.
come in, sit down.
Thank you. Oh, you have a lovely home here.
Thank you. You seem like a very nice young man.
Oh, he is a very nice young man.
Becky, was she talking to you?
I'm sorry.
Hors d'oeuvres are now being
Oh,
served.
Jeremy, I want you to meet my mother's friends. This is Dorothy, Sophie.
It's like sex in the new Russia. Is it worth standing in line for?
Well, I've been working on a whole list of ideas that have nothing to do with sex, but they keep turning me down.
Oh, like what?
Well, things I think people would be interested in. Like, who's in charge?
Show Make Room for Daddy.
Thanks, Ma.
Where are you going?
Get some air.
We got air in the house.
I like beer with my air.
You wait up for me? But I warn you, I did time in Attica.
Attica's a men's prison.
I know. I was there a year before they found out.
Sorry, Chief. I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers. Oh, Dorothy, that was magnificent.
I have a problem.
I'll say. You should never have stopped using that depilatory.
Ma, I'm up here.
Oh!
Ma, Rose isn't talking.
Almost married, Buzz. We were talking about it when he got a call from the Spike Jones band. They needed someone to make the whoop sound when Spike dropped his pants. Just before he went to New York, Buzz told me he'd be back, but I never saw him again. I waited for a while, but one gig led to another. Everyone here is a woman.
We are gathered here today to honor the memory of a man who has suddenly been taken from us.
What are you looking at me for? Just keep talking.
Fidel Santiago was a very special man. He was kind, caring, and loving.
Like a fool.
I wondered where they moved the party to.
Music. This is the ladies' room. This is where ladies go to the bathroom.
Wow! How do you lift this baby up?
Isaac, later.
I guess you have to stand back when you flush this thing.
Oh, come on, help me with these. We have to meet Holly at the movies in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I I am so mad I could spit.
Rose, what happened?
It's Holly. Those directions she gave me for meeting you guys for lunch were totally wrong.
Oh, come on now, Rose. You don't think she did that to you on purpose?
Well, I do.
Marry your daughter. And, well, I guess in asking her hand, I'm also asking your hand. So what do you say? Will you be my mother-in-law?
Marrying us both, eh? So, I suppose one could say 6 years ago you left us both. Of course, that was after you...
Well, in that case, why don't we see what's playing at the movies?
Yeah. Is this the Venuccio residence? It is?
My bullhorn. Oh, this is the only thing I have left from my one day as a mountain rangerette.
Hey, you! Get out of the pass! This is avalanche country!
What about this? You still want this old camera? Where did you find that? That was Charlie's camera. And
It's started feeling those awful stirrings and urgings. I was like a spring blooming peach bud just ripened to dewy fruition, waiting to be plucked by the first handsome man to come my way.
You were looking for some nookie.
Exactly.
Have a seat.
What can I do for you?
The first thing you can do is get rid of that ridiculous toupee. I want to speak to the bald guy who left me.
Ow! Up, it's after midnight.
Sophia and I are going into business.
How did she talk you into this, Rose?
Oh, Sophia didn't talk me into it. As she said, if I had half a brain, I'd have thought of it myself. Besides, it'll be fun, Dorothy. Just like when I was a little girl and sold Belgian waffles alongside the road.
Why, you
miserable old...
Blanche, you know the rules. When one of you is out with Fidel, the other one does not interfere.
My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long, hot, steamy bath with just enough water to...
Gotcha.
Dorothy, how did this start? Cole Porter?
Gershwin.
Thank God I came in time.
We've certainly had some good times, haven't we, girls?
Yes, we have. And we'd like to have more. So would you please leave? But actually, I've been working about 30 years.
Boy, you must really know your business.
Miss Dorothy's a very experienced teacher. Everybody who's had her says she's great.
What do you say we get some drinks and go upstairs and have Dorothy teach us the 3 R's? Reading, writing, and running.
22 years working the prime noon to 8 shift at the Minneapolis Excelsior Hotel.
I don't believe it. Where did you live in Minneapolis?
Oh, 22 years, lots of places. But my last home was near the intersection of Bartholomew and 3rd.
Oh, that's a lovely neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you leave?
I just had an idea. Little Slice of Sicily's a family restaurant, and a mother-daughter commercial would be great. How'd you like to be in it?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to check my schedule. You see, I'm a substitute teacher.
Please, so someone else sets up the driver's ed cones.
All right, Ma.
Backfire.
They loved her ideas. They said I should use them. I said no. They said you're fired.
Look, it was never my intention for anything like this to happen. I'll go down first thing in the morning and talk to him.
Come on, honey, sit down. Now, don't worry. If Dorothy says she'll get your job back, that's exactly what she's going to do.
Well, I guess it's worth a shot.
Fat, she was thin. He was neat, she was sloppy. He was tall, she was short. He was cheap, she was extravagant. He was
opposites. We get the picture.
Well, anyway, I'll never forget the time they sang.
Boy, get over it.
Oh, honey. I hope you're not too upset about not fitting in with those dreadful people today.
Those small-minded Peckerwoods aren't real Southerners.
I
Emma.
Cabs, one for Blanche and me, and one for you, because you're making me crazy with all your questions.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little worried about traveling out of the country. You know, with all the problems in the Middle East.
Rose, we're going to an island in the Caribbean. Our biggest worry is getting strap marks. Come on now.
It's me, Blanche. Oh, Blanche, you're not a terrible person. You're just horny all the time.
Rose, it's Dorothy.
Gosh, I can't talk to her, not now. Oh.
Wait.
I was talking to Ted. Let's go.
Look, Stan, I'm not a child. I'll go when I'm ready.
Good for you, Ted.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll call you later.
I can't believe what just happened.
I think you were saying?
Never mind.
You think the rain is ever going to let up?
You know something? I honestly don't care. Who needs outside distractions? What we have here is more important.
What we have here is getting on my nerves.
Mom, where are you going?
Someplace where there are no...
If it had been your birthday, I probably would have still asked the clerk down at Tuttle's to help me pick out a tie for you. Oh, I bet that would have gotten me some strange looks from the sales staff. Although they already look at me strangely. Because of the time I tried to special order a double-breasted navy.
Me? I can't make it by myself.
So I think the best thing for me to do is move back to Lily. Unable to provide for his family and not much fun under the old yak skin, the women would leave him out in the snow to die.
Tough village.
Stanley, I just spoke to Dr. Deutsch, and he says there's nothing to worry about. Some patients do experience a sudden setback like this just when their recovery...
What can I tell you? A couple of vet creams, the bright fluorescent lights, and a retired jeweler named Shlomo all conspire to make a night of enchantment.
Not for me. I can't tell you some of the horrible thoughts I had about what might have happened.
I don't know why you want that man. He's treated you like dirt. And even that I could overlook if he had a good body.
Look, Blanche, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but my mind is made up. I love Stanley, I want to be with him, and I am very sorry about Catherine.
What on earth is suddenly so what?
Miles, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused. Although I love you very much, I was scared of commitment. I guess in a way, I wanted to believe that Charlie was trying to contact me.
Oh, sweetheart, there's nothing to be scared of. When you're ready to wear the ring.
With you.
Me too.
Oh, thanks, girls. Oh, you know, I can't believe this is happening. I was so careful about my finances all my life. I thought that by now I'd have some sort of security. And here I am, flat broke.
I know what you mean. I never dreamt I'd be single and wings in her mouth. Sometimes baying at the moon. Now her dying scares me. But there's a good part to being scared. You get to know who your friends are. They're the ones who help you not be scared. Maybe that's what Aunt Gretchen was trying to do. Here we go, Dorothy. 2 bowls of Sophia's homemade remedy.
Oh, Rose, this isn't going to work. We have the flu.
Well, we have to at least give it a try. Today's the big game. We can't let those kids down.
Ooh, what is in this? Positive, you left it on the couch.
Oh, we gotta find that jacket. This is driving me crazy.
All right. I wasn't going to say anything, but since it's kind of my fault, I'll pay for a new jacket out of my share.
What do you mean it's kind of your fault?
Do you know where the jacket is, Sophia?
What did you do with it, Ma?
Stand back. I know how to use this.
Flowers that year because of what happened to old man Smith. He was our town florist. He was also our town's only blacksmith. Come to think of it, he was our town's only black man. Anyway, when he first moved in, the town council decided to give him a traditional Scandinavian welcome, gathering on his...
In the middle of a railway station.
Boy, you do it any place, don't you, Blanche?
Blanche is talking about coming back from Edna McCarthy's funeral.
Edna McCarthy is dead? Oh, my God, that's terrible. I just sent her a chain letter. I was at the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead, or a mutant, or an insurance salesman. Now, that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
You said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy.
Boom, 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 Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over.
Oh, Mom, we'll talk when I get back. Thank you for everything. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. And I love you too, Dennis.
Hey, goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, listen, don't take any guff from her. Yeah. But take good care of her. Because if you don't, I'll kill you. You know that.
The best. Going home brought back a lot of nice memories. And at my age, it's nice to have someone to share it with. Oh, I almost forgot. Here, this is for you.
Your antique earrings.
Wouldn't it, Blanche? I mean, Reagan's only responsible for half the problem. I have to write to Gorbachev, too.
Rose, honey, you can't be serious.
Dorothy, I'm taking my troop on a camp out in 2 weeks. I don't want this nuclear nonsense spoiling our fun. A well-written, thoughtful...
His nose is dissolved, but it's definitely Fred Flintstone.
They're my vitamins.
Rose, I'm sorry I didn't trust you.
Oh, don't apologize.
But I misjudged you, Rose.
No, you didn't. Here are my pills. I took one last night.
But, Rose, you got... now I get it.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to have to draw you a picture. And I'm not sure I'd know how.
My fear, honey, but I just haven't, and performing is a nightmare for me.
Hey, we've all got our sad stories. Look, Blanche, we've practiced for 6 weeks. We've paid for our costumes. We told everybody we'd be there. Now you're not going to wimp out on me. You're going to go to that recital.
It's hard to believe you couldn't get federal funding for this.
Mom says hi.
I'm sorry, what?
Rose, what's going on with you? You've been acting strange lately. Seems like you're hiding something from me.
Oh, honey, I can't lie to you. It's just not fair.
Oh, I didn't try. I don't want to risk cracking a nail.
What are these, claws?
Well, I figured you wouldn't mind, seeing as how you work with your hands all day.
I'm a teacher. I grade papers. I don't shuck oysters.
I'm going next door to Frida Goodson's. We're having a club meeting.
I didn't know to pay for it. I certainly haven't.
She's always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Fine. Make jokes. I'd just like to know how you all would feel if you thought you were going to have a test tube for a son-in-law.
I just hope I remember everything the instructor said.
Well, Rose, you must know what you're doing. After all, you did this with Charlie.
Well, we wanted to, but...
What? Rose, the way you talk, I thought you two did this all the time. Now, wait, I'm confused.
And you know, I feel like I'm getting smarter.
That's what... Sonny Bono, get off my lanai.
Dorothy, before I go, can I make just one more plea for your heart?
Oh, all right, Sonny, go ahead.
That was it.
Goodbye, Sonny.
I don't care what that salesgirl said. I look good in that bathing suit. You know, sometimes I wish I did live in Brazil.
Excuse me. One of you ladies dropped this?
Is there any money in it?
Uh-huh.
I dropped it. And that's why you decided not to have the surgery.
No, I figured if I could land myself a doctor, I might as well wait and let him pay for it. Besides, I guess I can live with the lines and the wrinkles and the sagging, as long as I have the three of you to grow old with.
Oh, what a lovely thing to say.
Yeah. But...
Mail call.
Oh, Rose, you're here. That's good. I am absolutely snowed under with this wetlands thing. And as usual, I know I can count on you.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
What? But, Rose, you always help out.
We had a perfect evening.
Oh, that is beautiful.
But isn't it a shame you didn't look behind the tree the first time? You could have had two. For me just because I had hairy legs.
What'd they call you?
Rose with the hairy legs.
Kids can be so cruel.
Well, it's almost dinner time. Now, what could be taken? I'll get it.
Hello. Hi, Walter. How are you?
Yeah, I feel like a caged animal in heat, too. Walter, you naughty boy. Keep on talking.
I'd rather date you, lady.
Sweet Jesus, I've just done the impossible. I converted one.
Together, huh? Yes. I found him last week. But I wouldn't feel right having a home if he didn't. We'd become very attached to you.
You know, I think that shows great strength of character. I like you, and I like cats. I also happen to have a room for rent, and the name is Blanche Devereaux.
Why would you name a room Blanche Devereaux?
Wasn't your kind of crowd, pussycat?
That's funny. It's the same excuse you used when you didn't invite me to my sweet 16.
Now that was a party.
My, it's me.
No, but what a great idea!
It's terrific. Now you have something to do on Wednesdays.
Okie dokie. Do you know that promotion I was up for at the counseling center? Well, I found out I can't have it unless I become bilingual.
Oh, no, honey, don't do that.
That's our Blanche.
I think I'll take a stroll past that new mini-mall they're building.
Why?
Passing construction sites is good for your morale. The sound of guys in hard hats making that sucking noise through their teeth.
100%?
100%.
Tip-top?
Tip-top.
Then, Mr. 100% tip-top, why the hell does she feel like hell?
Look, Ma.
Wait, I gotta hear this.
It could be functional.
Functional?
Mental.
Mental? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. 100% tip.
May I offer you a drink?
Well, sure, if you'll join me.
Oh, I don't mind if I do. What would you like?
Something smooth and sweet with a little kick to it.
How about a slow gin fizz?
Now, you're talking about the drink, and I'm talking about the bartender.
Oh.
Blanche, you feel all right?
Blanche, look at all these flowers!
Oh, my God. Who died? Did one of us die? They're mine, Sophia. They're from a secret admirer.
Ma, look, I got flowers. 2 bouquets of lousy, stinking flowers. You. Listen, Ted, I hate to interrupt. What was all that sweet talk about your having a crush on me?
Well, I did, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but what about last night?
Hell are you, Bill Moyers?
That is classic. Bill Moyers.
Fine, come on, Dorothy. I'll give you some great stuff while we're on Space Mountain.
Not so fast. Ma, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Remember all those photos we kept in Pop's old cigar boxes? I've organized them into these...
Miserable, no good lowlife. You told me your mama was having surgery.
She is.
Blanche, please let me explain. Why? So you can make up some cockamamie story about how you're just two ships that passed in the night and it'll never happen again? Save your breath. I've heard all that before.
You have?
Yes.
That's reverse, Dorothy.
I did that once. It was his birthday.
Ma, we did not get a VCR so that you could watch dirty movies.
I'm 81. What are you worrying about? You're
Raising a household. It's for my mother. I don't want to give her any ideas.
You're a sports agent? Hey, I bet we know some of the same people. I was one of the first women ever allowed in the Miami Dolphins locker room.
Reporter?
Photographer.
I don't understand. There must be some mistake, I'm sure. Ma, what are you doing?
I'm recuperating.
You're watching cartoons.
That's what you wanted me to do at Cypress Grove. Besides, I like cartoons. Cartoons don't lie.
Ma, stop it. Is there something I can get you from the kitchen?
Tea would be fine. Tea doesn't...
Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day, oh, my birthday! I completely forgot. Well, I better make a...
I mean, there are no holes in it.
I know.
That's because they're all in your head. Now listen, I cannot live in a house with a gun.
Dorothy, don't overreact. Rose, good. You get a gun, you kill him.
Kill him. We'll have a dead gardener. Now listen, Rose, this has gone too far.
I don't believe we've been formally introduced. I'm Blanche Devereaux.
Yes, I know.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Oh, I'm flattered.
You're the only student who failed my midterm exam. What was it you wanted to see me about?
Well, Professor Cooper, I suppose you are aware that I'm having the tea. God, I wish I was dead.
Blanche, let's go get the hors d'oeuvre. Excuse us.
Oh, I have never been so embarrassed in my entire life. I made a fool of myself, didn't I?
Yes.
Awful, just awful.
For you, you let me know, huh?
Well, you know, actually, I do have an idea for a new video game.
Really?
Yeah. See, there's this very old white-haired mother who keeps talking and talking and talking, and there are all these different ways to kill her.
See, if you put all the pieces together like this, then you see what the new me's gonna look like. See that? What do you think?
Why is everyone looking at a picture of Gavin McLeod?
No, Sophia, honey, this is a collage of all the things I'm gonna have done to my face.
So you're going ahead with the plastic surgery, huh?
I sure am.
In the way?
Yes, that's it. Can't use this towel.
Blanche, it's an emergency. We'll replace it next week.
Oh, no, you cannot replace this towel. There are too many fond memories attached to this towel.
Blanche, please, I am in no mood to hear about the parade of endless sexual encounters that you have experienced up and down the Florida...
Lem? Good night.
You know, we haven't slept together since I was a little girl.
Thank God.
I used to get into your bed whenever I had that dream about the...
I'm only doing this because I have some more coffee left to drink. Small curd cottage cheese, please.
It's our Tom's biggest honor. Right after large curd. The point I'm trying to make is kids should enjoy being kids. They should be looking forward to their future.
wrong?
I will tell you what's wrong. I took Rose here on my shoot today, and they want to use her hands. Imagine, they want to use my face, but her hands. Can you believe it? Oh, my God, he's just the sexiest man in television. And Burt Reynolds is the sexiest man in the movies. Oh, I cannot believe this. All that manliness in one room, in one crowded room, one hot, crowded room. Everybody's steamy bodies all pressed up against each other.
Blanche. Relax, you're about to set off the smoke detector.
You told us. Well, so what? You don't have anywhere to go? Besides, I wasn't going to tell you about that night. I was going to tell you about another night. Many years later. Same little romantic bar where George proposed.
My finest champagne and 2 glasses. Very romantic.
Well, it...
She looked like Fess Parker from another time.
Girls, guess what? I just got an invitation to the reunion of my college sorority, the Alpha Gams.
I belonged to a sorority when I was in college, the Alpha Yams. It was an agricultural college. Boy, we had some great times for home, didn't we, Ida?
We sure did.
Dorothy, Ida was the best, bar none, at faking an angina attack at dinner, so we could swap our non-fat yogurt for real sour cream. There wasn't a patient at Shady Pines that didn't... Every time you get a pamphlet, I get that disease. And not just diseases. I thought for a while I was a Jew for Jesus.
Hi, Sophia.
Shalom. Dorothy, I picked up Charlie's pictures. Oh, these must be from his last writings and my poems. We might go into the greeting card business together.
No, I'm thinking about a place out at the beach where the waves break so hard they knock the bathing suits right off the men coming out of the water. Come on, maybe we can salvage the rest of this.
What a chance! And you never wanted to go out with me.
Come on, get serious.
You realize, of course, that we can't let Blanche get away with this. She must be punished.
No argument here. What do you have in mind?
There wasn't anything anyone could do. No one's ever beat it, Sophia.
But someday they will, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be you. I believe that, and you're gonna believe that. Because right now, today, that's all we got. Hope.
And a nectarine.
And a nectarine.
Blanche, last weekend you ate so many pudding pops, you could have built the Eiffel Tower from the sticks.
That is not what I meant. I meant everything just hangs on me.
Of course it does. That's why you have to cover it with a dress.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, being stuck?
No, I'm stuck on the gum somebody left on this bench. Okay, now you just give me your honest reactions when people go by. That's how I'll tell.
Okay.
Here comes one. Go. No, too thin. Keep on a hard wooden bench. I don't think I have ever been this depressed in my entire life.
Sewing shop on 4th Street, and in the back they got this thimble museum I've always wanted to go to. You know, you could put in a thimble what most people know about thimbles. Well, no, that's not mine. They tell that one down at the Thimble Museum.
You actually had a good time at a thimble museum?
Meanwhile, Charlie and I got closer. You know what happened after that.
Well, did Buzz ever get married?
No, he just traveled the world playing his music.
So, how did you finally get over Buzz?
I never really did entirely. To this day, whenever I see a man drop his pants, some little part of me wants to go,
So, what are you doing here? You've seen everybody, nobody found anything wrong with you, and between their workups and mine, there are no more tests to run.
Yeah, but I know
Look,
how
Mrs. Warner, your main complaint is you're tired. I get tired too. It's called getting old.
Dr. Bud, that's not what this is.
Coke.
Manny wants me to go away with him on a cruise to the Bahamas.
Oh. Oh, and you're upset because he wants you to pay your own way?
Especially after they sawed a hole and went salmon fishing in the middle of the local ice skating rink. And then there was the Halloween they gave all the kids whale blubber. And then there was the time they borrowed every ice tray in town to build an addition over their garage.
My address is on my card, and I have a meeting with a client in a half hour, so I better get rolling. See you at 8.
Oh, by the way, Ma.
Coming, Kendall.
Compliments of Mr. Nesbitt.
Well, how sweet. I'll take it.
No, I've got it, man. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God!
Well, let's see how she did. Help her out. Okay, Dorothy, let's see how you did. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, $900!
A reliable source.
Oh, girls, do you realize what just happened?
Well, I know. I've been having a very good time, and there wasn't even a man in the room. Do you think, Richard, I never know where we'll end up?
Oh, come on now, Blanche. Even the paper boy knows where you'll end up.
You know what I mean. With Richard, I have to be prepared for anything. Last week, he asked me out to lunch. We ended up going horseback riding.
Personally, I've always been afraid of dating a wealthy man.
Why, Rose? Fear of gold bush?
Val and I spent our most intimate moments there.
Ma, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, stay out. You barged in on me enough when you were a kid.
Listening to this.
You better listen to it, because we're in big trouble here. Now, what are we going to do?
Well, I think we should get Marguerite to take off the curse. Maybe we should ask her if she wants her job back.
That's a great idea. I'm going to go call her right now.
Wait a minute. Nobody is calling anybody. Now, look, this whole thing has gotten
Shot the both of them. A week later, we became Lutherans.
Rose, that isn't a teenage rebellion story. That is a changing religion story. That is a big...
सपन जैसा सपन